So I had a few people in the last couple videos that I uploaded complaining that I had a spooky ooky knife in frame. Oh, how could he show us something so scary? He might cut us. And the truth is, I get it, like not everyone's into other EDC items. People live in areas where they can't have certain EDC items, and I suppose knives are scary depending on how you think of them and how you think they are used. But the last episode I uploaded, some people got really upset that I had a firearm in view. How could he do that? How could he be so bold, so audacious? And I get it. Again, some people live in areas where they didn't grow up with that. They don't understand it. They think it's all very negative. And anyway, here's a much bigger gun. It is 1:36 p.m. Let's get down to business. So guys, just to clarify, I don't think I'm some high-speed, low-drag pipe hitter, door kicker. I'm not here clearing houses. I don't think I'm Solid Snake here to take out an enemy sentry. I see firearms the same way I see wristwatches and other EDC items. They're just tools, and I see them as functional pieces of equipment that could help make my life easier. Now, I've had some questions on what I carry when I'm out in the mountains and what I have in my truck when I'm going, out and about camping and stuff. And I figured, enough of you guys kind of know my feelings on these sort of things. So it's like, why not just out myself as a blood red gun owner? And I'm not even doing this to be like controversial. I'm not doing this to turn anyone off or to offend anyone purposefully. I'm doing this because when I think of like integral parts of my kit, this is kind of it. And it's not because, oh man, I'm here ready. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for war. The South will rise again. No, it's because I go places that are fairly remote that have bears. We have a lot of bears where I go, and wildcats. And I'm not here trying to tango with any of those things. I'm not gonna get in a little scrap with any of those things if I don't have to. So this is my Marlin 1895 GS guide gun. It is lever action, which means it's like one of those cowboy guns. And it's chambered in 4-570 government, which is a very large round. It's pretty fast and it's very heavy, and it'll vaporize most things on the Pacific coast, if not the entire United States. And again, guys, this is like a very old school design. It is not high speed. It is not tactical. They make a tactical variant of this that has rails up top and I think like a full like modular forend. But the truth is, I don't need that. This is a 4-round magazine tube. I'm not here looking to clear houses with this. I'm here throwing this in a hard case, throwing it in the back of my truck, and having it with me in camp in case anything comes near me that wants to do me harm. So yeah, 4-legged threats, 2-legged threats, whatever, like 45-70 will handle it. The overall length of this bad boy is 37 inches and it weighs about 7 pounds. This is not a cumbersome firearm. It's not very heavy. Walnut furniture, stainless steel. They have a bunch of different variants, coated variants with different furniture, but I really like the old school look of this walnut. And again, this spends most of the time in the case. I'm not here hunting. I'm not here, trying to get into scraps with anyone or anything. This is a tool, and a very important tool for me. So I absolutely love this firearm, and I think that it is a very, very cool tool because of the stainless steel look. It picks up the light very nicely, and it has nice contrast with the walnut furniture, and it just kind of makes me feel like a cowboy. It's kind of old school, kind of simple. It's very reliable. Lever action rifles are actually quite reliable because of how the action works. It's not loading itself, you are loading it. It's a single action weapon. And that's quite important for me because again, if I am to use this, it's because I am being threatened in a very big way. Probably from something like a bear or a wildcat. So yeah, you have to make sure your shots count no matter what. But with 45-70, if you hit something, chances are it's gonna go down, which is good. So as I said, they do have some that have like full rails up top if you wanna run some form of glass gas, but this just has a really old school adjustable rear, ramp, hooded ramp front sight, I believe, 18.5-inch barrel. And listen, I'm not some gun tuber, I'm not Garand Thumb, I'm not Brandon Herrera, those guys are awesome. I'm not, administrative results. If I were, I'd have to probably come out as gay. And listen, this actually really fits the whole kind of model of my EDC when I'm out camping, because everything I have, it's not super duper high tech. It's not very, tactical in any way. It's kind of stuff I've had for a while that I've just accumulated and I know works. So one very high tech thing I keep on me when we're out and about camping is my Garmin. That has like an SOS feature, and listen, there are some watches that have that, like the Breitling Emergency. I don't own one of those. It's very, very expensive, and I don't think it's really worth the money for what you get. You can spend a few $100s on a Garmin and have, whatever other watch you want on your wrist. But the Garmin is cool because it's a GPS. I have it tethered with an iPad, so that helps me get to the trails, out of the trails. It helps me make waypoints. It helps me send messages through the device itself. You don't need an iPad. I just tether both of them because it's nice to have a big screen to look at when I'm navigating kind of, remote areas. But that is a definite piece of equipment that I feel safer having. We've spoke about things like lighters on this channel. Having ways to start fire, another thing that makes me feel safer. I carry a med kit with a bunch of things, tourniquets, quick clot. I'm gonna break down everything I have there. Another really awesome tool that I keep with me at all times is a registered nurse. Sammy's a registered nurse, so when we're camping, I feel like I have my little medic there and we're good to go. But with all of these various things, again, I try to keep it as simple as possible, and I think this little Marlin, or maybe not so little Marlin, really does fit into the whole aesthetic of what I go for. Simple things, not crazy expensive. There's much more expensive rifles out there. It's like $1,100. And I just know it's going to work. So for some of you guys out there that are very, very upset that I would ever show something like this on YouTube, I would say, I'm not trying to offend any of you guys. I'm not trying to put any of you off. I totally understand if you don't like it, and that's your right. But I also hope to kind of lessen the stigma. This is not supposed to be that scary. It isn't really all that scary. If you're responsible and you know your rights and you know your laws wherever you are, then you can be a responsible gun owner, and you can understand that this is a tool, and people have been using these tools forever. And when you are in remote areas, this is actually quite beneficial. You're not going to be able to talk down a bear. You're not going to be able to negotiate with a wildcat. So the only way to equalize that is to be a threat yourself and have something that kind of evens the score there. So that's why I carry this with me. People have asked what I have because I showed my GP100 in yesterday's episode, and they're like, yeah, but what do you take camping? And the GP100 is great. That'll do a lot, especially if you have some, powerful rounds. But when it comes to bears, I want something even better, and so that's why I carry 4570 Government, and I absolutely love this thing. Probably my favorite camping rifle. This is called the Guide Gun because if you're a guide scouting out a trail, you want something that's going to take something down if it seeks to do you harm. So anyway, that's my little piece of equipment, and I hope you don't mind this little EDC that I showed you when I go camping. Simple, effective, functional, and not all that expensive. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.